of, you know what, it is January and I don't want to I don't want you to get into the year broke. Or I don't want you to get into the year not knowing how to harness your skills. You have a lot of gifts, you have a lot of talent. Yesterday I was watching a YouTube channel. I've been watching this YouTube channel on investment. There's a content creator called Ali Abdal, and he speaks about investment a lot. He was a doctor and he eventually akaacha and became a full-time is now a YouTuber, but he talks about investment. He's also talking about when he started investing. Kitambo, right? In studio is Felicia. She has been here before. She is an advocate as well. And Felicia is here to tell us how to turn your skill into money. Good morning, Felicia.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
So good to have you here.
Thank you.
It's
good to be back.
You have such a warm aura and calming. Is it just me? Is it just me?
No, tuko pamoja.
Yeah, it's there. It's just calm and chilling and good to have you here.
It's good to be back. Thank you
for
welcoming.
Anafurahia.
That was weird. Out of nowhere. Like, what do you mean? It's the vibes, Felicia. So, you work with Talanta
Sana Kama
Biashara.
Yes.
And on Sana Kama Biashara, you work with a lot of talented people, those with skills.
Yes.
And you help them you teach them how to turn their skills into money.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. There's somebody who's listening in and they have a skill and they don't know what to do with it. Let's start from that. What do I do with the gift or the skill that I have that I don't know how to monetize?
I think if you're talented, I have a friend called Roy.
Yes, please.
Roy Gitahi. Una has a circle specifically for creatives. But anyway, he keeps saying that creatives are, it's almost like they have an extra endowment from God. Okay, so from the Christian perspective,
yes,
we were made in God's image, and God is like the ultimate creator.
Yeah.
So creatives are like up or next to God. If there's a ranking of men, creatives are just up or below God because they have, an extra creativity. I think if you have it, probably in your mind you have thought about different things. The only difference is, and anyway, which is like what I talk about when I'm talking about intellectual property.
Yeah.
Ideas are not protected. You have to put it into something tangible for it to be given that asset or property value. So as long as the idea is in your head, it's not worth much. You actually have to start. You have an idea in your head, just do it. Just start from wherever it is you are. You will build something. So maybe we use now a potter today. My other friend, Bella, who is, I suppose, well known here in Mombasa and perhaps in the coast. Bella, she's an art, like she's truly she's a talented creative. Recently, she started, the 2024 was difficult for everybody.
It was.
So,
it was.
The day for COVID, I had a thriving kitchen garden. And Pussy, you have green hands. I'm like, no, this is therapy for me. So, I don't know what is the motivation behind Bella's.
Yeah.
But she started pottery. If you go to her studio today, there's she's done faces, busts, human busts. So I ask her, have you done this before? She's like, no, I just started doing it and then the ideas came. I'm telling you, it's the stuff white people, it's the stuff people buy. But it just came.
Yeah.
So I think perhaps because she just has that gifting in her. So it's the same. If you're a creative, and that's because Sana Kama Biashara, we specifically are targeting creatives.
Yeah.
I think just start with the idea from wherever it is. You just go, if it's pottery, just find some clay, start molding. The first thing that is in your head, start. Because if you don't have a thing, you don't know whether people are willing to buy or not. you don't even know, you have not confirmed whether
Yeah.
you can do it or not. So it's like, do it. If it works, you're like, wow, I can do something else. So it will grow.
Yeah.
Someone will see it, or you can also take pictures, post, and people say, I like that. You say, hey, natakuuzia.
Yeah.
Then you know you could get into business. So step one is to just start. So I suppose because this is the new year, it's if you're there and you're saying I don't have a job, but you in your mind you know that you have a certain gifting, or there are things you do very well. People look for you for this specific thing. This year maybe just start. Do it. Whatever is there, you see what happens, because that's step one.
Okay. And what is step 2?
Step 2 now is finding somebody to buy it, because whatever you're making, you're in business only if you can get somebody to pay you for something.
I
And
like
pay
that.
you what you want to be paid.
Yeah.
Come to umetengeneza kitu for 1,000, they want to give you 10 bob. Also, you're not in business.
Yeah.
You have to make something that people are willing to
To
pay you
buy.
for at the price you want them to buy for.
Looking at that step 2, najaribu kuangalia hiyo timing sasa, because kuna kuanza then unapata tu unafanya like kuna mtu nimeona amekuwa akifanya an MC sana, but then nilivyoona anazipiga nyingi nikamuuliza si bro nakaa uko vizuri, then the guy anasema kivipi, nafanya tu. So hiyo ya kwamba ndio amefanya, anafaa kuchukua muda gani ama ni nini haswa anafaa kuona ndio ajue hapa hii ni time ya kwamba sasa I can start selling?
Yes. Sasa uona kama MC na maybe hiyo ndo tofauti ya hizi creative products, because ujule ni service, it's experienced, it's not a si kitu. Kama tuseme pots, pots ni kitu. But kama MC, unajua MC ni ile experience, ulienda ukafanya hiyo MC kwenye function fulani, alafu watu wakasikia huyu jamaa mkali, kuchukua namba yako watakupigia tena. So hiyo yani kwa kuwa ni the experience. So kuna vile vitu wafofanya. Number 1 ni paka ukubali uende ukahost event, then kuna zile preparations utafanya mwenyewe. A lot goes into preparing to MC, then kuna how you appear and all that. And ile yani kwa MC, because it's an experiential thing, I think ni ile your mental framework. Mtu akisema upige show alafu mtu akwambie nipe namba yako, wafanya hii MC na namba, na wafanya how much do you charge, most people don't even know. They don't have a rate card in their head, even like a basic rate card. So step 1 for such, even you yourself mentally you should be prepared. Heri useme a low rate, but at least you thought about it. Si kwanza kwa mtu chochote kile unachotaka,
Whatever you have.
takupa shilingi 100, takupa 100 kwa sababu nina 100. So before we ready, hata kama utasema 10,000, anza napo uone sasa zote nikisema 10,000 people seem as if I've said something low. Next time sema 20. Usikie utasemaje. Ukiona mtu amekubali, that becomes your new rate. Next time ukiona 20 kila mtu anakubali, sema 50, alafu uangalie mtu akikubali, that becomes your new rate. But I think for creatives, the preparation, most times many are not prepared with the answer when somebody says how much do you charge. You pause ama acheke ama useme nitakwambia ama useme we chochote.
Because then
That's
also
not set up
I
for
think that
business.
stems from lack of confidence in what you offer. Like it's like you know, you don't really think, you don't give it value, you know.
Yes.
You don't feel like it can be valuable. So like you're just gonna sell it for a mere 10K or a mere 5K, you know. And I think it stems to that lack of confidence. And I think now this is when our Sanakama Biashara comes. When I come in and I'm a creative, you know, I have an idea, I have skills, but I'm thinking, how do I turn this? How do I monetize this? Like you said, creatives are creatives.
Yes.
You know, you have an idea and you can turn it into something beautiful. You can paint, you can MC vizuri, or you can do pottery like your friend is doing. But then you find that most of them it just ends up hapo.
Yes.
They stop at pottery, they stop at painting and living it in their rooms. But now that process of how do I turn this into money?
Into money.
For somebody who's joining, let's say I want to join us now, you've talked about Sana Kama Biashara, I want to join and be part of that, you know, what do you do for creatives who have the skill and then now they don't have the know-how? How do I package myself? Like you say, the red card, do I really need a red card? How do I approach a client? What does Sana Kama Biashara do?
So number one, it's been in existence for 2 years. So it has morphed. I think it started off as a CSR, but then has morphed into now we're moving more to it as an income generating organization so that it can self-sustain. But throughout, step one is the mindset. I have found the greatest challenge, which is what you had just mentioned, is that how do you value this talent that you have? So that is step one. Most creatives, and maybe now, because there are many people who are making it as content creators or whatever, you're looking at your Just Ivies and the tall guy, the giant guy. Anyway, so I suppose now there are many more who know that, yes, I could earn through my talent, whatever it is that I'm doing. But there is a mindset, there's like a thing. So creatives who break through that ceiling, I think, have a greater chance of making it. Because when you move from, and maybe it's the way we are cultured, our community, you know, if you sing, watu watasema nani yapenda kuimba, bas see it is you yapenda kuimba, or now we will find you a vocal teacher to teach you. Never utasema nani yapenda kucheza boli, sasa zote huwa yuko ameenda mpira. But nobody, you're never pushed to like, okay, maybe your left leg is very good. Tuangalie vile will improve. How it's not there in our it's beginning, it's starting, but it has never been. So step one hii Sana Kama Biashara, which we started midway through last year, but this year we know. So this year the 2025 cohort will begin with that, just addressing the mindset. So number one is even just like, first, let's set personal goals. You speak to the creative. What do you want to do? You set out. Most people at our creatives, most of us, we don't really sit down to think about what are my personal goals, what do I want to do, and then you reflect and think about what am I doing now? Is it helping me to get
towards
here?
that?
Yes. So that's what we will begin with. I think once that mindset issue, at least when there's a change, then it's easier. So you utambia mtu, this is what we want to do, come for rehearsals, they'll come. Last year we had a very low attendance the first half, and we were wondering what's wrong, like we need 4 people and you have 20 people. Then we now introduced the personal coaching, and the transformation was, it was like a turnaround. All of a sudden everybody, well, not everyone, but you have now like 80% showing up for things, because we had now paused to think about what do you want to do, what are you doing now, and how do you get here, right? So for the people who decided, okay, this is aligned, then they started showing up. So I don't know whether the results will be the same this year. We're taking in some of the ones who were there last year staying. We'll take in some new ones, but then we'll see. But first is the mindset. Once you decide that I want to earn from my talent, then now you're ready to listen to how do I do it. Most creatives also don't, because it's not taken seriously. It's not, as you grow up, nobody's giving you advice on how you can earn from your music or poetry. So hakuna cha zile tidbits that many people had. If you say, I want to be a lawyer, everybody wants to advise you. Okay, so this is what you do. Hakuna for most creatives. So now I would say also that knowledge is limited. So then now, but then you're ready now. If you say I want to earn, the next thing to learn is how do I make a product out of my talent? Because the talent itself is not something people are willing to buy. You have to couch this talent in a thing that people are willing to buy. If it's MC, maybe you're gifted, you can make people laugh, you can dance, you can, unajua tu kuongea kufurahisha jamaa. But sasa you have to decide, I will do this for weddings. Because people are willing to pay a wedding MC.
Yeah.
Or I will do this for events, or maybe corporate events. Then now you know, okay, so I can do ABC. Let me now package myself as a corporate events MC.
Yeah.
Then you see now that's something that people are willing to pay you for. If it's music, just singing. Nakama sasa, most people who have been attracted to us have been rappers. Swahili hip hop. So, watu wana rap, nakuja nyimbo nyingi. People are always spending money recording in studios and whatnot. But, because now we have somebody new. He's a teacher, but he has music training, etc.
Yeah.
So he came and akasema me, I'll work with these creatives. Most of them don't know notes, musical notes.
Yeah.
Oh.
They don't have music fundamentals. And so once alianza tu kuwapatia nani, I remember him telling me a very interesting story. He's teaching them with live instruments.
Yeah.
So that they learn those notes. They learn the foundations. So there's a rapper who's quite developed. Yuko, yani ametoa nyimbo ako kila mahali huko Mombasa. Sasa amekuja ameinsist. Anamwambia, wewe upigi vizuri. Hiyo sijui nini. Angalia. Alafu akamchezea ile nyimbo yake. Sasa akanyamaza akamsikiza hivyo akaambiwa jua nini. Hizo ni piano 3. Kwa hiyo recording yako. Me I have 1 piano here.
Yeah.
So haiwezi toa hiyo sound because we are playing with 1 piano. But that guy didn't know those are 3 pianos on his recording. So even those basics for you to know, how do I, like, just to understand. So those are the things when you craft, even when you say, I am a recording musician, you should know those fundamentals. You need to know so that you get the most out of your producer. Kama hujui, wewe utaenda, producer kweke beat, waimba. Hujui. If you also want to everybody in the world to listen to your songs, probably the theme of your song, you can localize the words, but the themes need to be more global.
Yeah.
Usiimbe tu hapa waimbia watu Barsheba. Nobody beyond Barsheba hata Likoni hawata kusikiza. So lazima so those are the things now. The next step is product development. How do you package yourself as a creative? And you see, it's a process though. You might try this, it doesn't work. You morph into something else, you do something else. But at some point, you will land on something.
Okay. I do want us to come back and talk about the product. Like, how do you package yourself as a creative? Felicia, you said consistency. I said Bella because we were talking about Bella before we went on air. You said have an idea first, right? And then just start. But then there's something called consistency.
Yes.
The urge and the desire to do it over and over and over, right? So yesterday, so funny. I was having a conversation with my daughter and I said, there's something I didn't do. And then I called Lisa, why is it important? And I said, honey, because I need to be consistent. And she's like, what is consistency? And I said, you have the process of doing something repeatedly until, you get used to it, And I explained why it was important again. So this is something that we struggle with. I might have an idea, right? And I know this is the skill that I have. But then now I need to also maintain some sort of momentum and consistency to grow and build it.
Yes.
From there, tumetoka ukasema, now make something that somebody can buy, but then also package yourself. Now, it's in packaging myself that a lot of people find challenging, myself included. How should we do that?
I think it's a mix of all those.
Yeah.
So once you figured out what you want to do or what you would like to be known, what you are packaging. So if you say, I'm a the ones who draw with pencils.
What's it called?
Then they draw
It's not just an artist.
it's an artist, but they, like
There's
there's
a
a subcategory of, because they can draw your face with pencils.
Yes.
Instead of a photo, they draw you, and it will come out like you.
Yeah.
So if you decide that's what you're going to do, people have to know that you do it. And the thing about creative products is it's not, I think I said this the last time, si tomato. Si eti kitu nitaamka najua I need this for this. Most creative products, people have to see it first. They consume it first, then they decide whether they like it, and now they can buy from you. So you might find you might have to show like your showcase, or give samples or teasers so that people can consume it and make a decision whether they like or not. Sasa hapo ndo I find that consistency for the creatives who are consistent and they keep at it until they are known for whatever it is that they are displaying or showing. Most times those are the ones who make it. I mean, this is if you're doing normal business and they make it for other reasons. But if you're going to make honest money out of your talent, then you have to be consistent before people like you, because again, for art, people have to like. So kama tuseme visual artists, of course most times people do pieces and then you're afraid someone might steal it or whatever. So you need to figure out, how do I display what I'm doing? So I've seen there a number of artists, visual artists, they'll film themselves with the thing half done. So you can see like half of it. So at least nobody knows how it will end. So they can't fully copy unless you copy half. Then itabidi uimalize how you want. But you'll find every week they're posting a different thing that they're doing until you know. Then the one day utasema, I want to do this. That's the picture that will come to mind. Ndo utamtafuta huyo mtu. If it's for example the rappers. I told you many rappers have been attracted to us, and most of them can freestyle. Kimwambia biti hapa freestyle, they can freestyle. But if you check their social media channels, huoni utona one song posted 6 months ago, and you can freestyle. So like, okay, for practice every day, or maybe every day is a lot, but perhaps thrice a week, do a 1 minute freestyle and post it on your channel. But it could be anything. There's a guy who was telling him, he's very popular uko mtani, kwa ukipita kila mtu anamjua huyo jamaa, but not for his art, because he's a very charismatic guy. So I was like, okay, you're charismatic but you're also talented. You can pick anything in your neighborhood and freestyle about it for 1 minute. Boys wako mwingine anakuchukua video post first. That if you choose a business in your local neighborhood, first umempatia shout out. These people will become your fans forever. Especially if you make it wote utasema tuamjua yule tulikuwa naye hapa.
Oni wetu
ni fan wako for life. They'll never forget you. They'll always say you're the best. So things like that. But the discipline of waking up every day to go and do it, it's like a job. You see, these are kama sasa nyinyi. You do the morning show here. Every day you have to wake up and come here to work. Every single day. Whether you feel like talking to people, you don't feel like talking to people, you have to come here.
Have to be
and
here.
Sound the same, if not better, every day.
And put a smile on your face when the mic goes up.
Exactly. So, but then that's what makes you better and better and better, and it's the same. There's no way around it.
There's no way.
Yeah. So at Sana, we first of all, we help you. We'll look at you like, okay, what do you have? Bounce off different ideas, mostly coaching, because we can't really tell you what to do. But sometimes there are those people you're like, why don't you just do this? See what happens. So there are those ones. And then the next step now is form it. And part of packaging is also formalizing yourself. Like for example, say you probably have an employment contract that also inspires you to get up and come through.
Yes.
But Before you're employed, then you can employ yourself. So register a business. Ikuwe kuna Felicia, and then kuna Sana kama biashara.
Okay.
So that there's a separation. There's me as a person. I might wake up feeling lazy, but this business has to go on.
Yeah.
So I'll go here out of duty now. Even when I don't feel like, now I'll go out of duty. But still you're showing up. And hizo 1,000 steps zinafika. Every day you go and do another step. You go and do evo until you will get there. So once we have worked out what is it, pick something, start from here. If this doesn't work, do something else, etc. Then now it's the packaging yourself. How do you make yourself known to the world? If you want to use your own name or your own person, that's okay.
Yeah.
If you're planning on being in business with a different name, register this business and use it now. When you're doing all these things every day, use that name that you want to be known, the one that you're building goodwill for, which is important. So now it wasn't a must, but this year, any person joining has to open a business account, has to open a bank account, so that, and eventually, in a conversation during the holidays, someone was asking, like, how do you prepare these people for success? Like, if people want to take them out, what do you do? Most people don't have their paperwork properly done. So kimwambia tafuta passport, jina sijui birth certificate yake iko na jina la mama mwingine ambaye si mamake. So when nothing is going on is the time for you to regularize your papers, etc. All these documents, then one time you can get money, get a passport. Like, prepare yourself for success. Be ready. Because these opportunities, especially in this creative nani, the opportunity just springs. One day you're somewhere, we should take you to Tanzania, or we should take you to Botswana, or wherever. You can't now start going to look for birth certificates, I don't know what,
I like
from
that.
all over the place. So maybe we'll incorporate it. Maybe this year, maybe next, but at the very least, a business name, a bank account. So that if you have a business name and a bank account, you can apply for a till number. So again, it's part of that preparation for success.
Yes.
So that if you have a till, you can also add it hapo in your videos, unaeka hapo chini. Kama vile nani mkurugenzi alianza. If you want to support, you put your till.
know, right?
If somebody likes you, even too, they're watching you from wherever, they're like, I really like this guy. Can send you 1,000. Takusaidia.
And people do that, by the way.
People
Nowadays, I
do
see a
that.
lot of creatives do that. They have their till, and they're people that you consume their content pretty much all the time. And when you do that and you feel like, Gona, I really like this one, I'm going to support Gona. I like what you've talked about when it comes to preparation. I had this conversation with my neighbor the other day that you have to be in a space where you are getting ready, you're preparing yourself. You don't know what's coming, but when that opportunity presents itself, you have been preparing. So it doesn't pass you by. Yeah, not just sit there and wait. No, hardly comes komekatu. You have to do something. So I like what you've said when it comes to preparing. Put your passports ready. You don't know if somebody else is going to come and say, I'm going to take you to another a different country to perform. Have your till number ready. Have your business name. Because then there are people who will work with you only if you have a registered business. And I've had this experience of somebody saying, are you doing this as an individual, or do you have a registered business?
A business, yes.
Can you tell me the how important that is? Because why do some clients, why do they find a business more appealing than an individual person?
I think the reason is they're able to assess how well your business is doing. If you just trade as you, there's a mix of your personal things, your business things, they're all mixed up together. There's no proper picture, even for you as the entrepreneur. So not so much that person who wants to work with a registered business, but also for the businessman himself to be able to tell the story of their business. How well is it doing, etc. If there's a mix of personal, business, I think you just come off you're not very serious about your business. But when you separate, and let me tell you, especially the last half, there were so many calls for, apply, I don't know, incubators, I don't know what, they want to support small businesses, all manner of things. Most creatives are informal, so they are not even registered, which means it could be money. Some programs, all you needed was sign up and attend a week worth of training, and guaranteed they were giving everybody the money. But you needed to have, say, a registered business or what. So most creative enterprises, they're informal, so they don't have. So already you're locked out. You would have qualified for the money. That money would have helped your business, because there are also very many creatives who are earning. There's I can't remember which report, but one of his government reports where they said even creative businesses last longer. I think they have a 7-year on average compared to 3 years for other businesses. So they're earning, it's informal.
Okay.
And they've never formalized. So if you have all these applications, they can't even apply because hawana. But angekuwa nayo, ingemsaidia sana to grow this, which they're already doing. But that separation, even the motive for us is not even... Okay, yes, one is that they're also able to apply for those opportunities. But the other one is also to give you an indication of how much you are actually making. If you have, a till, everything related to your talent or your creative enterprise, you tell people, pay through the till. Iende kwa bank. You can withdraw it. Unaweza withdraw yote utumie. The next minute you withdraw everything and you use it. But let it go to a different account so that you can see. You can generate a statement and see. Actually, could surprise. At the end of the month, you're like, 29,000.
Yep.
Next month, 16. A good one, 47.
Yes.
If you're making 47, you're actually, you're
doing good.
That's a job. You're doing good.
Yeah.
You could save.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could save. You could set aside that money and do something else with it. Now invest in your own personal sphere, invest in your business, etc. So it's critical. Even sana kama biashara, let me tell you, that's what we tell people. But last year we wanted to apply for something, and we realized we have a bank account, we are set up everything, but we were not using the bank account. So we could not generate a bank statement. We could not provide it, and we didn't get because of that. So it's so painful lessons. Oh my God, if you think about the money that has gone into this program, it should have a solid bank statement, but we could not generate the statement because we were not using that bank account.
So there needs to be a stream of income.
Yes.
Ooh.
But it was, those painful things we go to.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, now we are using it seriously.
You
I like that.
Happens.
You had to learn.
It's a learning moment.
You'd rather send it and withdraw it the next minute, but at least let it reflect. And it's very good even for the business owner to see just how much is coming in, how much is going out. It's critical. So again, that's part of that packaging process, because now you're packaging yourself for success.
All right. Oh, I really like that, Felicia. I know there's something that we need to tackle. I know it's bigger in terms of how to manage your money as an artist. I think we're going to push that to another day because it's a whole different conversation. But a comment here from Shufana Sema, I like it when Felicia Solomon just said, prepare yourself for success, be ready. Hi, 2025, I'm ready for international trips. Shufa. You're claiming it. Ume confess, umesema universe, I'm ready. Take me. But you need to prepare. You do know that, right?
Get the passport.
Thank you so much, Felicia. How can people join? I don't know if you're done with the cohort for 2025. It's still open for people to join?
No, so it's open now.
Okay.
This January. We're taking applications. I think with the link is on the website. Just go to the Sana Kama Biashara website. sanakamabiashara.com.
Okay.
So there's the link to apply to join as a member. You can join as an individual, which is 2,000. That's an annual subscription. That's all you pay for 12 months.
Yeah.
And access trainings. Of course, we have showcase events lined up for the year. So you don't pay for any of those. It's just that 2,000, which is also part of just ensuring that the creative forces a prospective member to think about what value
you have to invest in yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And mostly mtu akikupatia hata shilingi, now they'll come.
Yes.
Huyu nilimpa shilingi yangu.
Yes.
Atakuja training zote.
Yes.
which is mostly the reason we have that. And then also we have, so for individual members 2,000 per year, and then we have groups, so a group of 5,000. Anyway, if it's a group of 10, it will be 1,000. A group has to have at least 5 members.
Okay.
Yeah, which is 5 or 1,000 for each of those members.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
So thank you so much. Well, you better go
Thank
and
you.
join Sana Kama Biashara. I've learned a lot today. I'm still learning. Na join tutakuwa na side chat na wewe. And of course, from us to you, we are saying bye-bye until next week.